welcome to this English learning video. It's so nice to see you here today. I hope you are all doing great and ready to learn something fun and meaningful together. So, let me introduce myself first. My name is Yuri Zulfa Setianingrum, and in this video, I will be your learning companion and guide you through one of the most important topics in English grammar.
On this slide, you can see the learning objectives of our lesson today. We have two main goals. First, we're going to identify and explain the nouns found in the story. And second, we'll learn how to use those nouns correctly in simple sentences. By the end of this lesson, I'm sure you'll understand what nouns are and how to use them confidently in your own sentences. Now, to make our learning more exciting, we won't just study grammar by itself. Instead, we'll explore it through a classic and adventurous story, The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood by Howard Paul. This story is full of courage, justice, and friendship. Through it, we'll not only improve our English skills, but also learn important values we can use in real life. So, before we dive into the lesson about nouns, let's first watch a short video about the story of Robin Hood to get to know the characters and the adventure. Are you ready? Let's begin.
A long time ago, a famous outlaw lived in England. His name was Robin Hood. Robin and his band of merry men lived in the green woods of Sherwood Forest. The forest was near the town of Nottingham. Everyone in the countryside loved Robin and his men. The outlaws always took care of those in need. They robbed the rich and gave to the poor. They rarely said no to anyone in need who asked for something. This is the story of how Robin Hood became an outlaw. It began one day when the Sheriff of Nottingham announced an archery contest. Robin was only 18, but he was very proud of his skill as an archer.
I'm gonna enter the contest,
he said to himself. One morning, Robin chose his best bow and arrows. Then he set off from the town of Locksley. It was a beautiful day in May. Flowers bloomed in the fields and apple blossoms filled the trees. Birds chirped brightly and the sun felt warm. Robin whistled as he walked along. He was happy to be outdoors. On his way to Nottingham, Robin passed through Sherwood Forest. Suddenly, he came upon a group of the king's men sitting under a tall oak tree. The men were feasting and drinking. One man, with his mouth full of food, called out to Robin.
"Hello, little lad,"
he said, laughing.
"I see you have your toy bow and arrows. Where are you taking them?"
The other men laughed too. Robin got angry. He didn't like being laughed at.
My bow and arrows are as good as yours,
he declared.
In fact, I'm on my way to Nottingham. I'm going to compete in the sheriff's archery contest.
"Listen to him,"
said another man.
"He's just a boy, but he thinks he can compete against real archers."
Robin fumed.
I'm very good at shooting. I can hit a target 1,000 feet away,
he said boldly. The men roared with laughter.
"Listen to him,"
the first man said.
"It's easy to boast when there is no target in sight."
At this, Robin grew even angrier.
Actually, I see a herd of deer in that clearing over there. I bet 5 pounds that I can kill the biggest one.
"And I bet 5 pounds that you won't kill anything,"
the man replied. Robin picked up his bow and swiftly shot an arrow toward the herd. The finest deer in the herd dropped dead a second later.
Ha!
Robin cried.
How do you like that shot? I wish I'd bet 500 pounds.
The king's men weren't laughing anymore. Now they were angry. The man who'd lost the bet was the angriest of all.
You'd better get out of here.
The man said with a nasty snarl.
You just killed one of the king's deer, and that's a very serious crime.
Catch him!
Cried another man.
No, let him go.
Said someone else.
He's just a boy. He won't hurt anyone.
Robin stood silently, glaring at the men. Finally, he whirled around and stalked off. As he strode away, his blood boiled. He was still young and sometimes had a bad temper. The man who'd made the bet was still furious too. This young stranger had embarrassed him in front of the others. Suddenly, he sprang to his feet and grabbed his own bow. He sent an arrow whistling toward Robin. Luckily for Robin, the man's aim wasn't perfect. But his arrow still came very close to Robin's head. Robin spun around and lifted his own bow again.
You said I was no archer.
He cried.
I dare you to say that again.
He shot an arrow back at the man, and the man fell forward with a sharp cry. As the other men gathered around their friend, Robin took off into the dense woods.
Go after him!
Cried one man. But none of the men followed the bold young archer. They were all too afraid of his skill with his bow and arrow. Instead, they turned back to their dead friend and lifted his body. They began to carry him toward Nottingham. As for Robin, all the joy had disappeared from that beautiful spring day. He hung his head.
What have I done?
He thought.
I wish I'd never seen those men. I wish I'd never raised my bow to shoot that first arrow.
Guilt and sadness filled young Robin Hood.
Yet there is nothing I can do now.
He thought.
What is done is done.
Now, let's move to the main part, understanding nouns. A noun is a word used to name a person, place, thing, animal, or idea. In the story, The Adventures of Robin Hood, we can find many examples of nouns that represent people, places, things, and ideas. Let's explore the different types of nouns found in Chapters 1. Proper nouns are specific names of people or places, such as Robin Hood, Sherwood Forest, and Nottingham. Common nouns refer to general names like man, deer, bow, forest, king, outlaw, and arrow. Concrete nouns are things that we can see or touch, for example, arrow, bow, bridge, forest, staff, and deer. Abstract nouns represent ideas or feelings, such as bravery, justice, friendship, and honor. And finally, collective nouns refer to a group of people or things, like band, men, and companions. Now, if you understand the types of nouns, it's time to test your knowledge with a short quiz. Are you ready? Let's go! From today's lesson, we learned that nouns are an important part of English. Thank you for learning with me today. I hope learning about nouns through the story of Robin Hood helped you understand better and made you more excited to study English. Keep practicing, read regularly, and enjoy your learning process. See you in the next learning video. Goodbye and have a great day.